Hey everybody, it's Dave from Weichert Realtors Lake Point. I've been working with a lot of buyers lately, and some things have, they've kind of occurred to me that, as we've been looking around, what's the best way to land a house in this market? And there's a lot of people talking, how do I get a house? We're just competing so hard. We never get what we want. And that's true. I mean, it's hard if you're a buyer right now. You got to get out there and you're going to lose on some offers and you're going to fall in love with the house and you're not going to get it. But here's the thing. I was thinking about it, and I'm like, I think there are ways to make your life as a buyer a little easier. And in fact, there are houses out there for you to buy. I've just had some buyers, they're closing this month. They found a house, there was no competition on it. They got it for slightly below list price. They're first time buyers. It can work. But there's some things that you kind of need to do as a buyer if you really want to make your home search a little easier. And I'm kind of thinking about them as like, there's the 3 keys to landing a house, right? And so the first one of these would be ready. You want to make sure you've got all your ducks in a row. All right, if you're financing the house, have your pre-approval locked down. Have it in hand, connect your agent to your lender, make it a team effort. Just be ready to go. The second thing is be active. I know you're looking at Realtor.com and Zillow and all these other sites and you're seeing houses and listings. You're going, I don't want to see that, or I don't want to see that. But I got to tell you, you got to get out and see the houses. The listings only tell you so much. Sometimes listings are presented really well and you get into the house and they're not that great, and vice versa. The other thing a listing can't tell you is it can't tell you anything about the neighborhood. It can't tell you anything about the neighbors. You got to see a house in person. So don't reject a house just because you were a little on the listing. Get out there and see it. You're not going to be wasting your agent's time. I promise you. It's great as an agent for me to get out and see as many houses as I can in this market so that I can know what's going on. Where's the market trending? What's popular right now? What's not? So try, even if a listing pops up, your agent sends you an email and you're like, I don't know, go out and see it. Set up some showings. The worst thing is you'll see a house you don't want. The best thing is you might find your dream house and you didn't know it existed. But you really won't know half the things about the house without actually getting out into the field and actually seeing that house. And the last thing is, and this is probably the most important thing, especially if you're a first-time buyer and you're having trouble landing the house, be flexible. Try not to fall in love with the neighborhood or a style of house. There's only so many of these things. There's already a limited inventory. Don't limit the inventory for yourself even more than that. I know in Madison, there's different parts of town everyone wants to live in, right? We want to be close to downtown. We want to do this. But I have to say, there's a lot of neighborhoods in this town and they all offer a lot of things. There's a lot of neighborhoods on the north side. There's some great houses up there, great communities, lots to do. Don't get locked into what you already know about the city you live in. Expect that your city has other places that can be just as rewarding for you. Maybe it's a neighborhood that has a lot of parks. Or maybe it's close to things you didn't even realize existed yet. But the more flexible you stay, especially with where you're looking, the better chance you are going to be landing the house that you really want. And the better chance you are of if you don't fall in love with a certain kind of style. Listen, once you're in that house, you're probably going to fall in love with it a little more than you expected to before you're into it. So you might want a 1.5-story Cape Cod with a renovated kitchen. Maybe the Ranch Rambler that was built 20 years after that might work well for you too once you actually get in there and start living in it. So that's my tips for you if you're a buyer in this market. If you have other questions, contact me. Leave me a message on my Facebook page and give me a call. I'll be happy to help you. But you can do it. There's houses out there and we can help you land them. Have a great day.